All right, so 10.7, doing standard equation of a unit or of a circle. Now this is the first time that you're going to be introduced to, well, I think it is, H and K. Anyone recognize what H and K do here? All right, so this is the first time. Okay? This is the equation of a circle on page 310 here. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared, where h and k stand for the center of the circle. So for instance, if our circle normally, if you think of a circle normally starting at like the origin, the very middle, okay, at the ordered pair 0, 0. Okay, that would be H and K. When I move my circle to say, let's pretend here it's at the ordered pair 4 and 5, H is now 4, K would now be 5. We would have 4, 5 here. What H and K does, what they do is they move your figure around. Now next year in advanced algebra, you're going to be studying at least 13 different graphs. Each of those graphs have a different equation, and each of those equations and graphs have different tables, and they all have different patterns. And every one of them that we study, we will study an HK shift on. That will be your common thread throughout all of those. So if you have me next year, I'm going to say, hey, remember when we did 10.7 in geometry and we talked about HK? That's what we're doing here. You will study a huge set of graphs and be doing those. 111, page 311. Using that idea, I want you to go ahead and write the equation of those two circles. You may want to rewrite your equation up on top of your paper here to help you out. Isaac, what's center? It's true. HK is the center. So what is H? 0. Okay. It's your X value. And what's K? It is 0. So HK is 0, 0. So if I plug all that stuff in, X minus 0 quantity squared plus Y minus 0 quantity squared equals, what's R again? That's our radius. What is our radius? In this case it is 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so 8 squared. So we get X minus 0 squared is just X squared. Y minus 0 squared is just Y squared. Equals 64. There, we've got it. Sam? How is our radius 8? Well, it's going up by 2's, right? So from here to the outer edge, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. All right. Okay, tell your neighbor what you got for number 2. Number 2. All right. Maddie, what'd you get for our center? You. Yeah. Got 2, 2? Maddie, did you get 2, 2? All right. Both Maddie's got 2, 2. So we get X minus 2 quantity squared plus Y minus 2 quantity squared equals, what's our radius? It is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This time they're going up by 1. So we get 4 squared, or 16. All right. Questions? Isaac? Where did I get the 2 from? It is my H and K. It's the coordinate 2, 2. You get it? Yeah, you're just listing the ordered pair of the center of the circle. Yep. All right. I want you guys to complete 3 and 4. I'm going to call a couple of you up here to put up the answers here in a minute. All right, so Brenda, you got number 3? Yeah, I'm choosing Jeremiah. All right. Go ahead and share what you got for 3 and 4 with your neighbors there. You guys know whether or not you agree or disagree. All right, Jeremiah, or not Jeremiah, but Gino, you get number 4. Okay, so we have Brendan's up there. How many got the same thing? Very true. When you square 1/3 squared, make sure you square the numerator and the denominator, you get 1/9. Let's make sure we leave it in fraction form and don't put 0.11111 forever. Okay? All right. Gino, you got, yeah, Alex.
X and Y. So would it remain squared?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd still be x squared and y squared. Yep. All right. Gino, you about ready? Okay. Come on up, Gino. You got it. All right, everyone else reading 5 and 6, what to do there? All right, so they put x plus 3 quantity squared plus y plus 5 quantity squared equals 64. Notice it's plus because it was x minus -3 when you input that h value, and those two negatives become plus. And the same thing here, it was y minus -5. Those two y values, or those two negatives there, become plus. Okay? Any questions? Hey, any thoughts on how to do number 5? Yeah. Yeah, you want to come up here and give it a go? Maddie's going to show us what she did.
I don't know if it's like
you can put yours up there.
Okay.
Just make sure to cover up the bottom. I don't even want to see your voice. It's a close call.
That's what I did. I don't know if it's completely right.
Wow. Can anyone can we leave it up there for a minute?
Yeah.
Can anyone explain what Maddie did? Drew? Go ahead.
She plugged in everything that she was given, and she solved just the last half. And then when she got 25 equals r squared, she squared the whole thing, and then r equals 5.
Okay, why would she do that? Why did she have to plug in everything? Jeremiah? Okay, it kind of is, yeah. You have to find the radius, right? Yeah. The two things you need for writing your equation are the center of the circle and the radius. Well, they give us the center. Okay, right on here, man. Yeah. They give us the center, HK. They don't give us the radius. We need to know what r squared is. Okay? And so by doing that, or by plugging the x in, this was x minus h. This is y minus k equals r squared. So by plugging in h and k and x and y, we're able to find r squared. So r squared is 25. So really all we need is the 25, right? She's went a little further. She did extra credit there. Okay? But then from there, we'd actually want to write out our equation. X squared minus or plus y squared equals 25, r squared. That becomes our final answer. Good job. Okay, I want everyone to try number 6. You've already done it?
Yeah.
Once you're done with number 6, go ahead and compare it with your neighbor there. got? It's all you. All right. Hey, that's what Jeremiah has so far. Okay. So r squared is 25. Everyone get r squared is 25? Very true. So we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, well the k squared should be a 5. Bless you. Okay, Maddie had a good question. She said, why don't we just plug that hk back in, or the xy back in, since we already know what x and y are? It's true, we do know what x and y are, but really what you're finding when you find that xy is you found one point on the circle. Maybe that point right there, 0, 8. Using an equation, you could find all the other points on the circle. Kind of an ugly circle, but you think you get the point. Okay? That's why we have to have those xy values. That way I could say, well, what happens if x is 1? And then I could calculate what y would be, finding another coordinate. Okay? Any questions? All right, turn the page over, please. Let's take a look at number 7. Number 7, we're going to graph that, and I will tell you, let's go ahead and put our xy coordinate here, and probably should go up by, let's go up by 4s. Call that 20. Call that 20. Okay, so find the center and the radius, and then graph it. What is the center?
0, 0.
0, 0, yeah, remember it's x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. That means we're not adding anything to x, so h is 0, k is 0 because we're not adding anything to y. R squared is 225, so what's r? 15. Yeah, you take the root of 225, and that's 15. So that means we have to start at 0, 0, that's the center, and we have to go out 15. So approximately like right there-ish. There-ish, and there-ish. Now, I just need vertical. When you're sketching the circle, just vertical and horizontal. Just out horizontally and up vertically. And then as you're sketching, I always have to turn the page for my circle not to look like a flat tire or something. So if I'm going from here, I kind of have to sketch in kind of a dashed way. I'm not going to make you get a compass out and do that, but please do not just draw an ugly circle. Try to make it look somewhat nice. Yeah, I don't want it to be a square. That's not good. Okay, otherwise use square tires every time. All right. Okay, I am going to skip number 9 just for a minute, and I'm going to go down to 11. Okay? There's these other ones here, but number 8 is very similar to number 7. And number 9 and 10 are kind of the same, but I'm going to skip those for a minute and go down to number 11. Number 11 says the point negative 4, 4 lies on the circle centered at the origin with a radius of 6. Prove or disprove it. All right, talk with your neighbor. How could you do that? How could you prove or disprove? There's the work for it. Okay, number 9. So, we are going to do completing the square twice here. Notice they give you this kind of ugly equation. What we're going to do is we're going to rewrite it like, to find the equation of the circle, we're going to rewrite it like this. We're going to put all of our x's next to each other, x squared plus 2x. And then we're going to put plus something, because we know we're going to complete that square here in a minute. Okay? And then we're going to put our y's next to each other. Plus y squared plus 2y plus something else is equal to 2 plus something, right? The same thing we added here has to go here, and the same thing we add here has to go here as well. So let's do completing the square twice. So, remember completing the square, take half of this and square it. So that's going to give us 1. So that means we're adding 1 there. That is a perfect square trinomial right there. And we're going to take half of this one. Okay, half of that is 1. We're going to put that there. It just so happens they both happen to be the same number. So when we take half of that b term and square it, that square goes there, square of that goes there, that ends up giving us 4 over here. Now notice, by doing that, you now have the equation of a circle. You're in a circle form. H is what? It's actually -1, right? K is -1. What is R? 2, square root of 4. Okay, you can now graph that circle. All right. So part of your assignment tonight is to finish the extra practice. Okay? Remember, anytime this says +1 here, remember it's the opposite here. It's -1 here. If it said -1 there, then it would be +1 down there.